What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Attack with me, your buddy Peter Santa Maria, aka Attack Peter. Awesome show tonight. Super excited. We got a giveaway. 3 of you are gonna win a chance. 3 more of you, I should say, because last time we did this stream, we had 3 people win. 3 more of you are gonna win a chance to get an original hand-drawn illustration of Takoro. I don't know if you can see this. Okay. In your copy of Takoro, The Last Dorok, which, if you don't know, if you haven't been paying attention, if you haven't had me driving you nuts by now, August 23rd, so just under 2 weeks from now, August 23rd, we're going to launch a Kickstarter campaign for 2 things. Not just Takoro, The Last Dorok, this book, which is going to explain Takoro's origin, talk a lot about his home planet, Barankai, and what's going on there. Basically, it's part field guide, part Takoro origin, but it's going to be super exciting. It collects a lot of my artwork that you have seen, a lot of it that you haven't seen. And not only that, let's bring this boy out. It's going to be your chance to get the first ever Takoro figure, which, if Gabby was here scolding me, this thing would get into focus. Let me see if I can put it. Does that look good? Okay, Gabby's my just so you guys know, if you guys aren't hearing Gabby, I think she can turn on her mic at some point if she wants, but the mic stand collapsed right before we went live. So I'm gonna try to get her to join us in a few. But she won't be on camera, I don't think.
I'm here.
There she is. Okay, good. Producer Gabby.
Yeah, producer Gabby is coming in to tell
There you go.
I'm sorry I'm not on camera today, but
Is that in focus?
Yeah, no, because you keep jamming it into the lens of the camera. I can't handle this.
Okay, tell me when
it's too thick.
Tell me when.
There, just hold them. No, further back. It's too dark in this room for it to focus. Right there, put it right next to your face. There you go. Look at that. Much better.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right.
So yeah, this guy is going to be a part of the Kickstarter. So you'll be able to grab the book, you'll be able to grab the figure, and a lot more surprises that we are going to announce next week on the stream. So if you want to know everything about the Kickstarter before it goes live, next Thursday we are going to unveil all the tiers. So for those of you who have been waiting to see just what we're bringing, I promise you it is a Kickstarter for everybody. Let's just say that. Okay. Jarod Rosello is going to be our guest tonight. I'm going to bring him in just a second, but just so you know, Jarod is one of my oldest friends, and I've known him since the 1st grade, and we've had so much our lives have had so much in common. We used to be in a band together. We went to school together all the way through high school. We'll talk a bit about that, but Jarod's career is kind of like paralleled mine. Like, we both were been working forever on stuff, and at about the same time they started taking off. Jarod's published 2 am I echoing? No. Jarod's published 2 beautiful books of the Red Panda and Moon Bear series that we'll talk about, show you some of his artwork. But for your interest right now, Jarod is really penning the whole story, Takoro, The Last Dorok. I've given him all my ideas. We've talked about building this world, what needs to be, and he's the one making it sound super professional, so I can just focus on the art. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Tease, well, not tease, I'm just going to show you some artwork from the book that you might have not seen yet. I'm pretty sure you haven't seen it yet. And it's going to be a fun show. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat, and then we'll bring Jarod in. Who we got? B? We got Rich Bleachers. What's up, dude? He says, I'm here. You can start now. Jolly Ginger Giant, Keith, Matt, John Ballou, JD of the Dead, Johan is here, Anthony Nunez, Teresa Maria Vina, hello, Kaiju Live in the house, Squid, what's up, Adam Vorlacek, James Romanovsky, Christopher Alarcon, Chelsea is here, oh my god, man, so many of you, Todd O'Connor, hello, he says, hello, can't wait to see what we have to look forward to, exactly, Chris says Squid goals, Riley O'Connor, McGingus, what's up, Pete Hazlitt, so many of you here, holy crap, Chris Holoka, Gerardo Castaneda, what's up? Pedro Lanusa, so many of you. If I didn't say your name, apologize. I see more of you coming in as we go. But without further ado, let's get this whole thing started. The giveaway will happen towards the end of the stream, so stick around for that. All you got to do is be here. All you got to do is be present. If you leave the chat when we do the giveaway, you won't be able to click the link to put you in the giveaway. So do not leave early if you're trying for that. Okay. Let's bring in our good friend, the man of the hour, Jarod Rosello. Did we bring him? We brought him. There he is. How's it going? Jarod, normally we have a live studio audience. Let me see if they're here. Live studio audience, Jarod Rosello. We just kept him in the green room. Do we not have the sound effects?
They can't. No, I don't even know how they work anymore. It's
Oh.
been too long.
Just start pressing buttons.
No, yeah. Well, if the chat wouldn't mind, can you just let me know how Jared's audio levels are, because it sounds okay to us, but we just want to make sure you guys are getting the good stuff.
Yeah,
too.
let us
So
know
Just
if
let
it
me know.
sounds
I'm
good.
here in the background helping. Yeah, we'll make Jared scream through this entire interview if we have to.
Just do the whole interview like this, Jarod. So hello there. All right. Yeah. So, dude, long time coming, and everybody on Instagram who's still watching me here, you're in the wrong place. Click this link. Go to YouTube. Long time coming. I'm so happy to have you here. I've been telling people it's kind of a miracle. I'm waiting for like the ceiling to collapse on in my house and kill me, because too many good things are happening, and the fact that you and I get to work together on this is such a dream project. But thank you, dude. Thank you for coming. Oh my God! Hold on a second, Jarod. From some reason, we're not getting sound from you. I can hear you. You can hear me.
All right, chat. Give us just 1 second. We're gonna fix this problem.
Yes.
Hold, please.
We do have the BRB screen. Just go back to the waiting room. Oh, supposed to share the screen, yeah. Can you see now, Jarod? But now we can't hear him. We can't hear Jarod. There he is. Oh, I hear him. Just a second, dude. All right, just a second. Talk, Jarod?
Yeah. Hello? Check.
Talk now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Am I here? Okay.
Okay. All right, guys, let us know if you can hear us now. I think we're back. Nope. There we go.
All right.
Let us know if you can hear us now. Jarod, talk.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Let's see. It's like a 30-second delay, so we'll see.
All right.
Oh, Johan says got it. Good.
All right.
Yep. Good. We can hear. Bingo. Perfect. All right. Gabby, screenshot those settings so we know how to do this next time. It's like, Jarod, the running story is here that every time we do one of these streams, it's like we retain no knowledge from the last time we did it. So the ulcers that form in my stomach and in Gabby's stomach every time, trying to, convince ourselves that we're supposed to be running a stream and not doing anything else. So, okay, let's try that again. Guys, you heard me intro, but I want to get Jarod. Jarod had a very funny quip, so I'm going to set him up for it again. He basically,
wait, nobody heard my quip?
Praise. You heard all of it, and Jarod says, I knew the only way I would get on your show is if I what? What was your joke?
Is if I convince you to let me write a book starring your characters. So finally, I got on. Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, the thing is like we kept doing shows and then not having guests because we kept having these calamities. And so at some point, Gabby said, that's it. We're not bringing anybody else on because it keeps we keep falling apart. But I think we got it this time. But yeah, it's right. Jared's right. Like he should have been on the show a million times. He should be a regular guest. The thing is, Jared's a professional. Like he's also has a full-time career as a professor. And I don't like to bother him too much. But yes. You guys, some of you have DM'd me in the past saying that you picked up Red Panda and Moon Bear. In fact, bring it up, Beat, for a second while we talk. Because I've talked about it before when the book launched. Huh? What? Oh, we don't have him in that scene? Well, just add him in the scene real quick. Okay, Jarod, don't talk for 5 seconds. I'm just going to talk for you. So, yes, what I was saying is that we've talked about Jared's book. Jared's done a couple of books with IDW, Red Panda and Moon Bear being the franchise that's he's worked on there. And it's super exciting. We talked about it when the books came out. You guys sent me a lot of DMs. A lot of you bought and ordered copies on Amazon and read them with your kids, but then you also realize it's like just fun to read as an adult. So that's really great, because I knew that if you dug that stuff, that him and I working together on the Takoro book would be perfect, frankly, because we understand each other's humor. We understand each other's tone. We understand, our influences, and we got it. Oh,
I just showed them the cover.
Oh, okay, perfect. So we have each other's. Yeah. So you saw the cover there. But Jarod, yeah, like we kind of grew up doing this stuff together. So tell us a little bit about Red Panda and Moon Bear, and why folks who are a fan of the stuff I'm doing and the stuff that you and I are working on together would be a fan of Red Panda and Moon Bear. Like, what is it? Imagine they don't know anything, although they do. And, just tell us about the property in general.
Yeah, so Red Panda and Moon Bear is these two Cuban-American siblings who are living in the city that's sort of based a little bit on Miami, a little on Tampa. I draw some of the environment borrowed a little bit from like old Havana, but they have these magic hoodies that they find that they think are magic. And so they think it's turned them into superheroes. And so they decide, since they're superheroes, it's their job to fight whatever monsters show up, which conveniently is because as soon as they find this hoodie, a bunch of weird things start happening, like monsters show up, buildings go missing, things that aren't alive start becoming alive and have to be dealt with. And so they're kind of learning about themselves as superheroes, learning like how they use their powers, what their powers are, and then trying to figure out also like what's going on in this town. So I think, like, as Peter, like as you mentioned, like, yeah, obviously we grew up watching all the same cartoons, listening to all the same music, doing all the same stuff. And so drawing from those same inspirations. When I do my own books, I'm writing to my own art style, which is like cute, noodle armed, and that sort of thing. Part of the fun of working on Takoro is that I get to write for your art style, which is bigger and scarier and a lot more pointy teeth. So
yeah, the budget on pointy teeth is unlimited here, so we can switch.
They said go nuts.
Yeah, okay, look, we got the hopefully this works. Let us know if you guys don't hear Jarod now that we've switched the scene. All of a sudden, the whole thing doesn't collapse. But yeah, so Jarod, we have the cover up, and they can see it while we're talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, the art style, like, so Jarod writes and draws and creates all of it. It's a one-man show, and he was just, the art style you can see. I don't think, definitely I understand, and your drawing and your illustration style is different from mine, for sure. But also I feel like there's a level of fun and exploration in your books that I'm hoping that we can achieve with Takoro the Last Door. Like, when you open the book, even if you weren't reading, just open to random page, you feel like you're in a world that needs to be explored immediately, and the main characters are just perfect tour guides for it.
Yeah, and I think that our approach for the books that I do, but also for Takoro, is the same, is that for every question we answer, we ask 10 new questions, and we unfold the world into showing all new things that we don't know yet. We don't know how they work. We don't know what they are. We don't know where they've come from, but we're going to get to it eventually.
Yeah. You know what's so funny? I'm looking at this, and we have some more art that we can cycle through. This is the cover for the latest book, right?
Yeah, that one just came out this past April.
And we put links in our description below, but you guys just need to Google Red Panda Moon Bear. It's available on Amazon. Where do you want people to buy it if they bought it? I mean, Amazon's the easiest.
Yeah, it's about this for me. A local bookstore or local comic shop you like, go order it from there.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, Jared's always been about supporting mega corporations and multinational corporations, like first. Mm-hmm. He's always said, go to Amazon first, and then order a brick. Yeah, order a Molotov cocktail from Amazon and burn down your local comic store. Then
order 2 copies from Amazon, keep one, and return one to your local comic shop to get some money back. That's the way. And that'll be the clip that you use, right?
Exactly. To use to cancel him.
Yeah. No, great.
But yeah, it's funny because I'm looking at the art. Every time I look at it, and I have a couple of your older books here. The funny thing is I was looking for my copy of the books here, of the Red Panda books, and I realized that every time we buy them, we give them to a friend's kid who comes over to hang when they bring their kids over. And so the only ones I've never given away are the old books that you've published in the past.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I have is There's Someone Behind You and The Well-Dressed Bear Will Never Be Found. So you guys, like, just like, I have, a lot of you have been following me for a while. Jared's been working on this stuff for over a decade easily. And my original point was, when I look at your stuff, when I look at your work, I instantly remember the drawings that we used to do on our homework, in daycare, after care, like
100%. Yeah.
There's a character that we came up, well, that you really came up with, but I used to laugh at so much, which was just a killer Pop-Tart that would go around eating people, and we were like in 4th grade or something. It cracked me up so much. So when I see this stuff, it is professional, polished. It's, everything you want, but it is us when we're little kids. You, when you're a little kid, still on the page.
Oh yeah, for sure. In fact, I find myself recycling characters that I know you and I drew and laughed at as idiots when we were like in 4th grade, and then turn them into, more sophisticated versions of themselves. But that's where it all started.
I love it, dude. It's funny because, and these are both published by IDW, right?
Yeah, from under the Top Shelf imprint of IDW.
Top Shelf IDW. Okay, so like, it's funny to me knowing the inside jokes have made their way into like the library, the pantheon of amazing books that they put out. In the chat, Nim Studio says, "Love this book. My son and I finished the book in 3 days. So good."
Oh
so
man, that's
there you
awesome.
go, guys. Like, it's a blast. You got to pick it up. Red Panda, Moon Bear, anywhere you can grab it. So you're seeing the art style. It definitely gives me like, if I had to create comparisons, just stylistic, you get like, what would you compare it to? I think immediately like Adventure Time vibes. I get, what else would you suggest? I'm trying to think of the show that we always talk about. It's not coming to me now.
Yeah, it's definitely like Saturday morning cartoon style. The sort of, each chapter is its own start to finish story, like a little episode. But yeah, I mean, I was watching a lot of like Adventure Time, Gravity Falls, just kind of like digging into those like worlds where you had these like funny cartoon characters, but as you like dig into the story and the world get bigger and deeper and more interesting. And I was really interested in the way which those threads tie together. Like you have all these like separate elements, but then you have to kind of pull them together somehow and make some sense of this world. Or even like Troll Hunters. The way that story sort of starts off and then just kind of grows bigger and bigger.
You know what's funny? I was just thinking about, and we got some more people in the chat. Johan says, "These books look amazing. Got to look into it." James Winnett says, "How would we obtain a signed copy?" I think you're going to have to catch him at a con unless you sell some on your own at any point. But yeah, that's how I would recommend it. What I was going to say is I remember, and this is just, because I've talked to the audience and the print crew so many times about, times along the way where I did not think this was going to work out, or, sometimes I'm still nervous that it's not going to work out, and that, you just kind of keep pushing along. I remember being at your house, I think when you were still here in Miami, this is years ago, and I remember you were like training yourself how to ink the comic, like your drawings. It was so long ago. I remember you were doing like a Bender drawing from Futurama.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking about things that right now would be like day one, like 101, just getting a drawing on paper to look good. And I remember thinking that I was in a similar situation where I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I had some chops, and I just remember like, damn, it's too bad that he and I, like, we had all these ideas and we never really figured out what to do with it. Thinking that like back then, this must be like over 10 years, maybe 15 years ago or more, that I was maybe 20 years ago, to be honest with you. And I remember saying like, it's too bad, man. Like, I feel like we had so many good ideas. We could have done it all, and we never just figured it out. And I'm just in 2019, when we were both at San Diego Comic-Con, both unsure what was going to happen. You were launching the first Red Panda, or like signing it, right, at Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Did it just come out in 2019?
It came out like a couple of weeks before Comic-Con, or like a week before. Yeah.
Okay, so it just come out. You did a signing at the IDW Top Shelf booth,
Mm-hmm.
and I had just gotten my first time to be at Comic-Con. This is pre-Skybound, but we were both like getting hints that, oh, there might be something here, dude. Like, we might be able to fucking do it. But we were also kind of nervous, also kind of unsure, and we had this conversation at the airport after the show, saying, dude, I think we're gonna do it. Let's just keep going. Let's see what fucking happens. And I have to just thank, all the gods that here we are sitting together, at least getting a chance to put some stuff out for the time being, hopefully forever. But yes, okay, super exciting, dude. And again, thank you. Let's talk a little bit about, the question I see It does give Adventure Time and Foster Home of Imaginary Friends vibes for sure,
Yeah,
but
love
yeah, guys,
Foster.
definitely.
Yeah,
Foster's is the best. Craig McCracken. Let's talk a little bit about what we're doing, dude, because as I look at your stuff, I go, to have a completed book out. You know, I'm like, will I ever get there? As we're working on this stuff for the Kickstarter, like, will we ever get there? It's so much work, you guys. And really what's happening is I had this idea for what the book would be. And I told Skybound, we need a writer, somebody who could literally not only physically type things, but somebody who can take all my ideas that are all over the place and put them together. And I said to myself, fuck, if we could just get Jarod, because then there's a lot of unspoken stuff, right? Like you kind of understand, and sometimes you fill in things, and it feels like I came up with it because we're so connected in the ideas. But do you want to tell people like what we're doing with the book right now? I'll let you fuck it up if you say too much.
Okay, yeah, just stop me if I say something.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
What would in all seriousness, what would you say our elevator pitches for this book? Let's do that.
I feel like if somebody asks me, what is this? I usually say this is a narrative art book about the rise and fall of the planet Barangkai, as told sort of centered around the story of the Dorok and specifically Takoro. And that's a terrible elevator pitch, but it really is. It's two things though. It's the story of Takoro and how Takoro gets to where he is now, right? And
we can say Earth.
Yeah.
He's here.
Okay, he's here. I didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Let's behind you, everybody.
Right behind you. I was making the same joke.
Okay. So anyway, but it's also the story of this planet and what happens to this planet because. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that part either.
Let's say.
Okay.
So, without spoiling too much, what we are working on essentially is. It started off as a field guide for Takoro's home planet. In fact, Takoro was going to barely be in the book at first, which now thinking back, I'm like, what the fuck were we thinking? You got to put Takoro in the book. But we wanted to tell the origin of his species, thinking that like that was enough for one book. And so as we were working on it, we go, well, we got to tell the origin of Takoro and where he's at right now. Because this is really going to be full of stuff, but it's just a beginning book. It kind of just launches the story of Takoro. So I've told you guys a few times, we decided to name Takoro's species the Dorok, D-O-R-O-K. And while, as Jarod was saying, while telling the story of what's going on Barangkai, the planet, you are going to learn that the rise and fall of the planet had to do with the rise and fall of the Dorok. And that's not totally spoilery because we named the book Takoro the Last Dorok, so that means he's only the one left.
Oh,
so
I get it.
So not too spoilery, but yeah, we're going to explain in the book who the Dorok were, why they were so important to the planet, what happened to them, and why is it important that Takoro is still alive and here on Earth?
Right. And we get to...
let's go to the browser. We have some artwork we want to show you guys, in fact. Cool. And Jarod, just so you know, I put a few pieces up that we're going to show everybody now. So starting with this image, this is not new, but I want to show you this first, okay? So this image on the left, you guys remember if you've been with me for a few, this is Golakiri. So Golakiri is one of the giants on Barangkai. And just so you guys know, we keep going back and forth. Well, should we call them kaiju? Should we call them titans? And everything is taken. So I think we're just going to call them the giants of Barangkai. So Golakiri is one of the giants that we're going to talk about in the book. But the reason I'm showing you this print is because if you guys remember, at the bottom of this print and on the right side, you'll see a close-up. Oh. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Dude, your head is right in the way.
Gabby's live floating my frame. She's making me fly across. That's a special effects budget. Forget about it. And so, so in this print, I designed a few characters at the bottom, just kind of like to give some life to the planet around Golakiri. I didn't really have a plan for them at the time, but we did another stream shortly after releasing this print, the Golakiri print, and we developed that species of those cone-headed, like aquatic-looking characters, and we just did a live stream talking about them and carving a little portrait of them. So if you go to the next page, or the next slide, my love. Let's see if we can do this live. There it is. Okay, so on the left is the original portrait, and that I carved live while coming up with all these ideas on the stream of who this race is, what they should be, what their significance is, and we eventually came up with the name for them, the LOM, L-O-M. So LOM is their race. And on the right is a recent portrait I did, like a close-up portrait of them, showing the details and all the little anatomical elements of their species. But I wanted to highlight this because this came from that Golakiri print. And so I won't spoil too much, but Jarod and I have been working on this. And Jarod, is there anything that you could say about the LOM that's not too deep, but like a fun little like, characteristic of them that you would...
Yeah, I think if you go back to that, I don't know if you can, but if you go back to that original one, you'll see that there's like, it's the LOM living with or alongside Golakiri, but what is the nature of the relationship of LOM and Golakiri? It's part, there's a kind of symbiotic relationship where they kind of need each other, but they're also living in tension with one another. And so, taking, one of the challenges of writing this book that was, I think probably the most fun part was taking these prints and looking at all the crazy stuff you drew in there and then being like, okay, how do we build this out? What's going on here? What's the story behind this thing? And then drawing it out and then finding all those strands and how they connect to one another.
And so if you go forward 2 slides now, so here is the LOM, like a male and female LOM, like, and we kind of have them in this, like they're clearly like fishermen-esque. They are foragers, fishermen, and here they're holding. We haven't named this little squid species yet. We got to come up with a name for it. But they're everywhere in all the prints. Like this cyclopean, horned little. I don't even want to call them a squid. They only have 2 tentacles, sometimes 3. But here you see them like just standing over their little bounty that they got, and this connects to that Golakiri print. But if you go one step further, this is where I wanted to get. Jarod. Okay, so here there's a print on the left of an eel that I had called Akunagi. We're probably going to change the name of that eel species for the book, just so you know. But that eel species worked its way into this new print that I don't think you guys have seen before on the right of the Space Yeti. And the Space Yeti in this print is holding one of those eels, so you can see the size of them. He's like pulled it out of the water. He's probably going to eat it. Who knows? But if you zoom in and you look at the bottom of this image, you'll see that the LOM are there, and they are harvesting these little, what would you call them? Like little fungus mushroom things off the ground and in the water that have fallen off the Space Yeti. We've written this out a little bit, right?
Yeah, we have most of this.
Can you talk about this a little bit? Say as much as you.
The little fruit.
The whole thing in general.
Yeah. And so this is, again, right, playing off of that sort of how are these different species and these different elements on the planet interacting together. And so we have this kind of this vegetation that grows around the Space Yeti, and that the LOM and other species of the planet use as sustenance. And so there's this relationship that they have to sort of kind of follow along closely as the Space Yeti migrates across the planet so that they can stay alive. So their nutrition, their livelihood depends on the continued existence of this giant monster who could easily wipe them out if they anger him too much. And so...
Yeah, and that's part of the fun that we've had. In fact, Gabby, I have a huge favor to ask you while I talk about this. Can you create a new slide on the slides on the Google Doc that is the Space Yeti on the left, the same print, and on the right, like a zoomed in shot of the LOM at the bottom, like picking up the little spores? And while I talk about it, the Space Yeti. If you guys remember, we made a print way back battling Takoro and the Space Yeti. And so I wanted to explore the Space Yeti a little bit more and have, what is his role in Barankai? And again, setting up this planet, like Jared's talking about the alien races, how they fit in with each other. And one thing we talked about is that the LOM were like the original caretakers of the Dorok. So they were the ones that were like the closest to the Dorok. And when the Dorok get eliminated, they're kind of left without the giant creature that they are in symbiosis with the most, you know? And so they kind of start to gravitate towards all the other ones. You know, they hang out near Golakiri, but they really follow the Space Yeti the most, which is interesting because Space Yeti doesn't really have his own tribe that followed him before that. The Lam are kind of like a bastard tribe now, and they kind of just found each other, which is really interesting. And every time he grows one of those weird like shroom pods on himself, they just kind of grow like a weird fungus. When he moves around, when he shakes, when he walks, they fall off, and then that's something worth picking up for the Lam, and we're going to find out why. Is it medicinal? Is it food, etc.? Is it the centerpiece of something there, you know? But either way, it just shows you what we're trying to do with this book. We're trying to create a web of connectivity so that they're not just cool monsters and cool aliens, that they have a reason for existing. And like, this is Takoro's home planet. This is Barankai. What's going on there now? So yeah, I'm excited about that, dude. What do you think, in your opinion now, like if you were picking up this book, what do you think one of the most fun things would be, or like what are the interesting things about getting a book like this? I try to think about the fact that we're creating one of those art of the movie books, but with a story almost.
Yeah.
A narrative art book. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of like that we have image and text, and it's not like the images are just illustrating what the text is saying, or the text is just kind of explaining what we're seeing in the images, but we have these sort of like these two things side by side, and you really have to like read carefully and look closely at the images in order to piece the whole story together. And even then, right, you're not going to get everything, right? There's still so much that's going to be unanswered, or things that we just don't know yet, or that the creator of this book doesn't know yet. And so I think that for me is the fun, is looking at that interaction, reading between the lines, looking at those tiny details in the images, but also looking at the way in which the story of Takoro kind of is strung throughout the book, throughout the story, and how closely he's tied to like all of the giants and all of the species there.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. And I think you guys, especially those of you who've been following for a while, seeing some of this artwork get made, you know, we're taking care of it and making sure it's not just an art book, you know, and here's all the art we did, and there you go. Which, to be honest with you, that kind of would have been cool too. You know, I've made so much work in the last few years that you guys have enjoyed. Even if you bought every single one of them, I would assume that you're not framing every single one of them in your house. So one way to enjoy it is via book. But getting to work with Jarod on this gave me a new perspective on what I was creating on my own. And you really need someone to see it from the outside, and somebody who has the ability to put things together. And it's given me like a whole new idea. Oh, this is what we're doing. It's so cool. It's so fun. So I'm excited because we're going to have a chance to bring that to you guys and kind of establish a world. I think by the time you read the book and it's over, you're going to feel like it's just starting, which is not to say it's not a complete thing and it's not satisfactory, but I think hopefully it's kind of like when you used to read Marvel comics back in the day. There'd be like a story, it starts, it resolves, but then it's like something else just pops off. You know what I mean? So excited about that. Now, dude, this is a question I wasn't planning on asking you, but you've done a Kickstarter in the past.
I did do a Kickstarter in the past. How did you know about that? Yeah.
Were you as nervous as I am now about this? Because I'm literally taking a shit in my pants every day about it.
Yeah, I was, because you never know, right? Like, is it going to work? Is it going to make it? Or are you going to like put yourself out there, right? Like, oh, you know, here's my community and come and support me. And then like one person signs up and it's like just your mom. And even then for like the lowest tier, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited because I know like the folks in the chat are all about it. They're super excited for it. But yeah, man, I hope it pops off because to be honest with you, it's been so fun working with you on this. It's kind of like it's like being professionally, but like in other words, hanging out, being buds, and coming up with ideas, but on the clock, which is super fun. So yeah, it's exciting. So what are you doing next, man? What can you talk about that you're working on next? Because I know there's some things you can't talk about, but there are things that I'm sure you would like to and can.
Yeah, I can. I've got a new book series that I'm working on right now for Random House graphic. It's called Hugo and Dino. It's about this little boy and his stuffed animal dinosaur that he uses his magic powers to bring his dino toy to life and to transform himself into a dinosaur so that they can go on adventures together. But they're both like these just like terribly behaved kind of reckless characters who just wreck everything around them, and then have to like try to fix it all in the end, right? They're all it's all spontaneous movement. So it's a young reader series for kindergarten through second grade. And so it's for those kids who, were always told they were a little too hyper or weren't well behaved enough, but there's no apologies in this book, right? Because they're kids and that's just who they are. And that's okay. That
would have been our Bible as kids.
Oh, for sure.
We got in trouble so much as kids, man. Funny story. I remember one time, I don't know if you remember this, dude. We were in third grade and we were taking a standardized test. Like, I guess what would be the FCAT or whatever. What is the test now? FSA.
The
test now.
Yeah, the FSA. Yeah.
So when we were kids, it was called like CTBS test or something like that. And I remember.
Oh yeah.
We were in third grade, and I think the teacher thought you were, and we were like, not to brag, but you and I were always great with grades. We never had issues. We were not, we always like, we didn't need to cheat or anything. But I think she thought that you were trying to cheat on the big standardized test of the year. Do you remember this?
Vaguely, yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But I want to hear your version of it. Go.
Yeah, what I remember, it's burned into my memory, was we're in third grade, and this lady, I don't want to name her, she's already dead, this teacher, but I should stand up. And she was like this like cartoon character of a woman. She reminded me of one of the witches from Hocus Pocus. She said, stand up. And then you stood up and she grabbed your shirt collar and pulled you close to her. And she goes, you dare cheat on the CTBS test? And I remember you had these big glasses like on a mushroom cut. And you just looked so like, oh my God, what is happening right now? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Is that close to what happened?
I remember that moment. That's how I remember it, but it was terrifying because we were so little.
Yeah, we were. Dude, third grade is tiny, dude.
Yeah. I remember after Billy Madison came out, when there's a scene where a kid's having trouble reading, and Billy Madison like makes fun of him, like today, Junior, like says that to him, and he gets in trouble in class. I remember one time, it was probably like fifth grade or sixth grade, where we were doing read alouds, and we coordinated across the classroom that I would stumble on a word and you would stand up and yell today, Junior, and we did it, and then you got in trouble, and I got consoled. Yeah, it was a victim of your bullying once again. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a victory lap, hopefully, that we get to take, that we're working together now, doing the things that we got in trouble for. Okay, dude, you're free to stick around if you want. We're gonna give away some slots. But I know folks here are excited for that. But thank you, man. Thank you so much for hanging with us. Again, if you guys aren't already following Jarod online, it's at Jarod Rosello. It's with an O, Jarod. There's too many Jarods with an E. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, they're everywhere, and they're always trying to bully me into changing mine to an E. Just assuming.
You think your life? How much easier would your life have been if you always had an E the whole time?
Oh man, so much easier.
I remember when we first met, they called you Jarod. Remember that?
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah. So at Jarod Rosello, I repost him all the time, but follow him on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. He's everywhere. He's going to have such big news soon that has nothing to do with me, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it. Get in on the ground floor. Don't be one of these bandwagon jumpers later. So follow him.
Don't do it.
Everywhere.
Get in now.
Yeah, exactly. And then pick up a copy of Red Panda and Moon Bear. There's 2 volumes. Both available either through your local comic shop, local bookstore, or if you want, you can just order them on Amazon and check it out for yourself. As Nim Studios was saying earlier, he enjoyed it. His kid loved it. And it's one of those things. I know, look, we have a niece now who's 3 years old. There's some stuff that she likes that I don't know what I would do if I had to read her that every day. You know what I'm saying? But once in a while, my brother finds things that are exciting and interesting. So, you appreciate stuff like that when it's available to you. So pick up that stuff. Do you want to stay? You got to go, or do you want to stay for the shenanigans?
Yeah, I can stick around.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Okay, Gabby has to read legal rules now. Everybody in the chat loves this. Guys,
it's very fun. I get to do the fun
Put
part.
a 1 in the chat if you love hearing Gabby read the rules.
Let me read the rules first, then I'm going to drop the link. I told everyone just about a minute. Shut up. How dare you? Okay, if you were here last time, then you already know.
One.
You already know how this goes, but if you're new to this giveaway, I just want to go over some basic rules. Everything is written down in the form, but I just wanted to give everyone the rundown. So again, there's no purchase necessary to enter or win this giveaway. This is completely based on whether you're here for the live stream. It will also only take place during this live stream.
There you are. And everybody's putting ones in the chat.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to select 3 winners today, just like last time. The winners will be selected randomly using a digital randomizer, which I will bring up in just a few minutes.
It's like the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, you have 2 choices for your prize. If you pledge to purchase a copy of Attack Peter's new book, Takoro the Last Dorok, during the Kickstarter at theattackpeter.com, Peter will draw a Takoro figure in your copy of the book, which you can pledge for during the Kickstarter. Or, which is the lame option, you just choose to receive a free 5x7 print of Peter's choosing with his signature. In order to...
And it might just be a print of a black rectangle.
It literally might just be that he rolls ink on his butt cheeks and stamps it onto a piece of paper and sends it to you.
That's
like
more
that.
than 5x7. Maybe one
definitely-
cheek, max.
So you'll need to give us your email, your first and last name, your mailing address, and this time I added fields for city, state, and zip code since a lot of you forgot to put that last time.
Oh yeah, guys, please, if you win and we don't know where to send it, this is a problem.
Well, but this will solve that problem. And also, I need you to select which one of the prize options you would like. That will make this whole process a lot easier. So. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat. Good luck, everybody.
All right, ready? Don't panic now. We're going to put this up for like 5 minutes. So the link goes up. You guys just fill out the little doc that has your information in it. Then we pull that info. We put it in a fun little wheel. It's like a game. Everybody's here to play games. You know what I'm saying? Jarod said, I'm not coming on your show unless we're going to play games.
That's it.
Yeah.
Games or I'm out.
Games or I'm out.
Yeah.
5 minutes? Okay, we'll do that. The butt cheek remark, classy element. Yes. Double cheeked up AP print, booty ink. Oh man. So while we are doing this, Jarod was recently at what's the name of that show? Because I think next year I want to go to it that you were at recently.
The library one?
Yeah.
Yeah, ALA, the American Library Association.
Okay, so apparently you're not the first person to tell me about this. That it's like one of the most important shows. Once you have a book out, you go to the American Library Association con. Yeah. Do they call it a con?
No, but they should.
They should call it Alicon.
They should call it Alicon. You should tweet that out.
There's people who come dressed up as their favorite librarians.
They do, and they all love themselves the best. It's wild.
Yeah. And everybody's like, the greeting is like, shh.
Yeah. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen, though, for real, because just imagine every publisher just giving all their books away for free. That's all it is.
Oh, so can the public just attend?
No, yeah. I think you have to be a librarian or affiliated with a library or a school or something like that to go. But, they're trying to give librarians books so that they'll go home and order copies for their library or for like their whole county or their whole school district or whatever it is. So they're just giving a bunch away. I actually got in line to get a picture book from an author, I won't say who, signed that I really liked a lot. And
say it.
No, I don't need to say it because something bad happened. Wait, let me finish the story. And then as I'm in line to get the autographed copy, I had to do a signing, so I had to run. So I asked the woman who was running the booth, I was like, can I leave this book with you and get it signed for me? I'll come back and get it. And she looked at my badge and saw that I was an author and was like, no, you can't, sorry. And took the book back from me and effectively kind of kicked me out of the line because I wasn't.
No way.
Yeah. And then I got really nervous that oh my gosh, maybe they didn't want to, they were like, oh, we're not going to waste a copy on this author. This is just for librarians. Yeah.
But doesn't it have a happy ending? Is this the same story you told me?
Well, I mean, in the end, I just sat down beside her at her booth signing her book. I signed them, my own drawings in there. No. And so I don't know where I told this story, to be honest with you, but
you told me.
Yeah. So that was my story of trying to get a book signed there. So you can get them if you're a librarian. If you're not, be careful. But everybody else was nice and gave me a bunch of books.
But yeah, that's where we got to go, you guys. We got to storm Alicon. That's what Jared's telling us next time. So everybody from here till the book comes out, you got 6 months, hopefully, become a librarian. Or what? start a library of your own, or
I guess if you're a teacher, maybe.
teacher. Become a teacher or become a librarian, so we can all go to Alicon.
Yeah. Maybe you could get a staff job at a publisher too.
Yeah. Do all that,
Yeah.
everybody, so we can go. Because that's apparently the place we got to go to sell some books. All right. I think we're rounding out the clock. Where are we at?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes, guys. So I thought that 5 minutes was plenty of time last time. But last time we did this, I thought it was too much time, frankly. Last time we did this, someone actually wrote, oh, dang, like the phone was in my pocket because I was at work and I didn't realize the timer had ended, so I didn't put my name in the... So there's always someone who needs an extra couple seconds. So, guys, this is just letting you know we're literally counting this down. The only way you can get an illustration of Takoro in your book, and Jarod has agreed to write the entire or a passage of the book in text by hand.
Mm-hmm. I'll replace every.
That's his remark.
I'll replace every other noun with your first name.
In calligraphy. Are you committing to calligraphy now?
I'll do my best.
Yeah. He'll probably do the other butt cheek print. Like the inside front cover will be my one butt cheek, and the other inside back cover. Yeah.
The only thing I ask is don't put them together. That's just all I'll ask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Never unite two rogue butt cheeks.
No.
You never want to do that.
No.
But you guys, this is the only way to do it. So we gave away 3 slots last time. We're doing 3 more slots today, okay? But the only way to do it, we got 56 seconds left to get that document filled out. There's literally no other way to do it. So make sure it's in there. We're going to spin the wheel in less than a minute. You'll see if we pick your name, and those are the people who are going to get a copy of the book with the illustration in it. We'll do it again maybe next week. And next week's going to be a juicy stream. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because next week, we are going to unveil all the tiers for the Kickstarter. If you're not currently signed up, can you bring this up on the browser real quick, B? theattackpeter.com. Theattackpeter.com. If you haven't done so yet, go to theattackpeter.com. Just put your email in. Even if you guys are like 100% about it, you're following everything, you know we're going to do the Kickstarter, just go to theattackpeter.com, put your email in, and get notified. Because, why? I'll tease this. There are some tiers that are one backer only. One backer only. And there are some prices that are going to be way better on day one. So you don't want to miss day one. I'll tell you that. And if you're planning on backing it, no problem. I appreciate it. Don't worry about it. But don't miss day one, because this is the way you're going to take advantage of some of those rare tiers that are only one-offs. And when you see some of them, I think you're going to want a shot at them, the Saudi Prince tier. How will we know if the person... Yeah, okay, the condenser. The way it works is Gabby put a link to a Google Doc that it's pinned in the chat. You can see it at the top there. And anybody who's in the chat can see the link, click on it, and then we will select from that group. So you could have filled it out and left, and you're still entitled to it, because all you have to do is fill it out. But we're going to pick the winners now. And if you weren't in the chat when we put that form up, you would never have had a chance to enter the...
And wait, I was wanting to just say something. One lucky 6th person will get this original Takoro drawing.
Oh, did you just do that right now?
Yeah,
Really
while we're waiting, look at that. There you go. So, a 1 of 1.
1 of 1.
That's it.
Did you sign it?
I'll sign it right now.
Please, dude. Don't do half-ass, dude. Do it. Don't do half things.
There we go.
Things.
Signed.
Ah, hey, that's pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna claim that one. Claimed. I like his middle tentacle the best.
Yeah, the little stubby ones. Yeah, those are just for poking.
For poking. Just feeling around. All right, you guys. Yeah. So here we go. We're gonna... Can they see the randomizer? All right, you guys getting ready? It's time for the big game. We closed it when the timer ran out. Yeah. We put 5 minutes on the clock. Greg, did you not get in? Is it too late? Just add Greg Lunzer in real quick. Greg? Unreal. You're literally the guy I was talking about just a second ago. All right. It's all good. We got you. Now, is our live studio audience ready to applaud for the winners? Just check. There they are. Yeah, okay. Settle down, live studio audience. Are they ready to laugh at jokes? No? What else are they? No? No, there's a live car in the audience. I'm like, all right. All right, here we go. Here is the wheel of click to spin. Okay. If you click to spin or press control plus enter, we can spin. You guys ready in the chat? Oh my God, he goes, good gosh, I missed it again. Greg! Oh, we put you in, Greg. We put you in. We put you in. Don't worry. Can you see his name there somewhere? Where? Point at it if you see it. I want to make sure he... Oh! John Hensington. I didn't even realize we were spinning yet. We got
That's just the warm-up spin.
There you go. John Hensington, if you're in the chat under an alias of some kind, let us know that you are here because you won, son. Huh? Put a 1 in the chat if you're John Hensington. Watch all the ones. Come on. All right. You guys ready for the second one? Cameron says, love it when the car attacks the live studio audience. I mean, that's what we do it for. Oh, that's Des Reffin. Yeah. Congrats, man. All right. Gabby's killing the whole audience. It's Christine, that car. Stephen King. All right, ready, guys? Everybody ready? Here we go. Jarod, who do you want to win it? Pick a random name. Quick.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I can't even read the names.
Got it. Okay.
Steven.
Jacob D.
Oh.
Jacob D. Congrats,
2 J
son.
names so far.
He spells Jacob the way you spell Jarod. Unusually.
Yeah. Suspicious that the day I come on.
Yeah.
Two J names. Only J names are winning tonight, I see.
Oh, that's true. Oh, Jarod has blessed the Jays. That's 2 back-to-back Jays. Now the next person who wins is going to be like jumping Jack Jehoshaphat. Jameson. It's overload. Quick, type a J in the chat to break the J curse and give someone else a chance. Quickly. Everybody put a J. Wait, is Jacob in the chat? Do we have him? It was, I was so close. Who got it? Congrats. Keith Gerald says, fingers crossed for me or my wife. Please. Well, you have a J in your last name. All right, here we go. J-Spiracy in the house. Ready? Last one for tonight, you guys. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you went ahead of my 1. Gabby's out of control over there. 1 stream without a camera. Todd O'Connor!
Oh.
We broke it. You guys put the J's in the chat. We broke the Jakers. I like
it worked.
This is jucked up, yo. Stupid. You guys are awesome. We did it, dude. Todd O'Connor, congratulations. Thank you guys so much. All 3 of you will get an original 1-of-1 hand-drawn Takoro in your book. Can't wait to do it. It's going to be super fun. I did one live today on Instagram, so you guys can go and check out the time lapse of that or the whole 80-minute video of me drawing it there, pen and ink. Next week, we're going to do it again, okay? Next week on this, we never do back-to-back week streaming anymore, but we're going to do it all for the Kickstarter. So you can just mark your calendars every Thursday night until the Kickstarter's over. We're going to be going live. And next week, we are doing 3 more winners, and we will be revealing all the tiers for the Kickstarter, which I hope you guys are excited for because, listen, I know you guys. I know you're hardcore collectors, a lot of you. We had to put something at every level to make it feel like this was a worthwhile endeavor for you all. But again, dude, Jarod, thank you, man, so much. Thank you for hanging with us. I love you very much.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you for not being offended that I didn't bring you on sooner. I do feel bad about it.
No, it's good. I'm glad that I just feel like the suspense had been building and people were really asking. And so
why don't you just come on every week now? Jarod's coming back next week. Confirmed.
I'm just gonna put in the chat. Let me in.
What did you say?
Skype me in.
Let me invite me. Yeah, let's do it. And guys, do me a favor before the stream wraps. If you're watching this on your phone or on your whatever it is, if you have your phone in front of you, just pull up his Instagram real quick if you don't mind. Go to Instagram, Yeah, it's Jarod. Is it Jarod Rosello or Jay Rosello on Instagram?
It's Jarod Rosello. Yeah.
Jarod Rosello. Watch out for that JRED, Jarod Rosello.
Yeah, there is another one, JRED. Yeah.
No way.
He does the mirror version of everything I do.
It's Moon Bear and Red Panda. All right, so follow him online. Here we go. You can see all his work that he's done. By the way, I love that Godzilla book.
Look, that Godzilla. I've been bothered by IDW to let me do a Godzilla kids book.
We need it.
Go tweet at them. Tell them, let me do it.
Everybody go at IDW and tell them that you want a Jarod Rosello Godzilla kids book. We need it.
Yeah.
We need it. Yeah, so follow him online. He's one of us. He's one of the good ones. Support everything he does. And just know that he is essentially the co-creator of this universe with me right now, because my brain is scrambled eggs, and he is like the rat in Ratatouille. He's putting it together. That's what it is. You're like the rat in Ratatouille who actually knows how to cook, and I'm the weird guy throwing his hands around everywhere.
You're the weird guy doing the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa.
That's it.
All right. I love it. Guys, thank you so much. Congratulations to those of you who won. Riley O'Connor said, what? The store. Oh, yeah. We got to plug the store. Guys, if you haven't yet, we got 2 amazing shirts. I've never been prouder of any shirts. The Takoro Anatomy Chart shirt is up, and the gorilla head is not King Kong, but it's got a cool little banana on the front. It's not King Kong, so they can't sue. It's just a gorilla, you know what I'm saying? But pick them up in the store now, and get ready to walk around in the month of August and September promoting the Kickstarter everywhere you go. I want you to be evangelical about it. Go to your grandmother's house when she's on her iPad watching her show, smack it out of her hands, pick it up again, put her on the Kickstarter page and say, Grandma, donate now, goddammit, or it's over between us. You know what I mean? Is that a good point?
Wow.
Jared's approving it because he's here. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much.
I did a raised eyebrow approval.
That puts you out of the cone of guilt. I love it. All right, you guys, thank you so much. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back next week. 3 more winners, all the tiers revealed. It's going to be a fun one. Join us then. I love you very much. Go follow Jarod. Jarod, thank you. I love you very much. He's saying bye.
Bye, you guys. Thanks.
All right. All right, let's get out of here.